already did the student registration form, but I am doing it so that I can show my version of student registration. Okay. Yeah. See, when it is in your website will not show same thing in every device, ma. In the CSS, you will learn something called responsiveness. Your website may look good in your laptop, but when it comes to smaller devices, when it comes to mobiles, it may not look good. So slowly it will look good. Don't worry. Okay. Now, index.html and style.css. These are the basic things I'm creating it. We parallelly started something called CSS also. So we are not much into CSS, but we know basics of CSS and we know what are the 3 types of writing CSS and we know how to do the basic CSS like background colors or styling colors. Okay. So those and basic box model. Those things we will discuss again and again. Don't worry. Okay. Once the forms were completely completed, then we will come to CSS only, and in that times we will discuss everything from starting again. Okay. Yeah. But start your practice. Introduction to CSS article should be done by now. Okay. Now let's start. Exclamation enter. And now, how do you include your CSS here? Everyone, boys, last. How do you include CSS? Link, very good. Link, CSS, very good. How do you include favicon? Link, favicon. What is favicon? On top you will get it beside the title, right? Favicon. Now let's start it, sir. Good. Now let me start it. For the nice resources, sir, you can have something called free pick. For a smaller favicons, you don't need free pick, but actually free pick will give you all kind of picks. Okay. There are 2 things which I usually go for images. One is free pick and another one is unsplash. You go with whatever the things you like it. Okay. It's up to you whether unsplash or free pick. In future, we are gonna use their APIs also in our code. Okay. And then next, the CSS is also connected. We have something called an extension, live server. What is the extension? Live server. Because I have an extension live server, I'm down, I'm getting it something go live. Okay, if you click on the go live, it will open my browser. In the browser, this code will be opened. And because here autosave is there, automatically whenever I did a change here, the live server will be updated and I will get it. There are some people who are facing problems in the live server. If anyone faced any problem in the live server, let me know. Okay, or you can directly go to Google. In Google also you will have web store. In Google also you will have web store. In Google Chrome you can download a live server and it will work it same way. Okay. Now you can right click and you can open it, show preview if you are having live preview, or here directly open with the live server. There are several ways to do this. Okay. Sometimes to show you, normally I will do parallel code. Okay. And it's up to you how you do. Okay. Now body. Now body is this is called tag selector. Tag selector. There are several ways of selecting an element in CSS. There is one way called tag selection. That means directly if you give a tag, automatically all the elements with that tag name will be selected. For example, if I give it H1, that means in my code how many H1s are there? All H1 will have whatever the style I gave it there, right? So you can give directly based on tag name, and I'm giving it for body. I'm giving it for body. So here I'm giving it body. Why you are giving it, sir, body? I'm giving it something background color here, a simple one. Okay. Any doubts, sir, till now? No. This is nothing. Till now I didn't do anything. Now let's create a simple form, and in this form we'll include everything. Now H1, class, title, student, registration form, student registration form is there. Okay. Now next, you can't exactly know the alignment in this, sir. To know the exact alignment, you have to do this only. Okay. When you are in a smaller screen, you can't know the exact alignment. Okay. Just for you, sometimes parallelly, I will show you that. Okay. Now I want it to be in the middle. Okay. I want this to be in the middle, and to do that, you will go here. You can write it here. H1. You can select H1, or this time what I'm going to do, I am trying to do class name. What you are selecting? Class name. How do you select class name in CSS? Dot. What do you do? Dot. Dot. Title is the class name which I gave it, sir. Open brace, close brace. In this open and close braces, you can give as many as tags you like. Sir, there are so many applications in Play Store, Google Play Store. There are so many applications which you can give you practice HTML and CSS. You can see the rating and you can download in your phone only. You can type HTML code like how you do charting. Same way you can try some HTML code and you can see the output there. Okay. Like W3 schools, there are so many other things also which can give you online editors. Okay. In Play Store, it will be there. If anyone find any interesting app, also let me know. If it is good, give me a suggestion, then I will suggest for everyone. Next, here I am giving text align center, which will make the text in the center, sir. Text align left, text align right, text align end, text align start, text align center, text align middle. Like that, you will have so many texts, sir. This is text align center. Any doubt, ma? Any doubt, sir? No. Next one. Here I will do something called form. Forms. Now form will take something called action. In the action I'm giving it main.py. You can give anything. You may leave that also. It's not a mandatory, because we are not doing the backend. We are not sending any detail to backend. We are just doing it front end only. Now, and the same time here you can write it an input. Okay, let me give label. Label, first name, input, type equals to text. Again, Control C. Div. Sir, I am just formatting it nicely. Any doubts, ma? See, a div, a label, input, first name, and here last name. Go here, sir. I can see here first name and last name. And next, after this div, br, which will make it the next line. Then again, a div. Inside this label, this time I am giving it something called student registration. First name, last name, email. Each one will have something called ID, sir. ID, FS or FN. Here fur is connected with FN. Sir, there are so many other fields, sir. ID is a field which will connected with label fur. For the persons who did not remember the previous ones, I'm just giving you a glance. So fur will be connected with ID, FN and FN. What is that connection, sir? If I go here, if I click on this first name, see, this is selecting. right or not? Okay, but to make that connection, we will give ID and the cursor. Now ln ID, you can keep it whatever you like it. ln. Then next, every input must have something called name. What is that? Name. Name attribute is used when you are sending it from front end to back end. Like when the form is getting submitted, what value will be submitted in the name of name. Like for example, if the name of the first name is FS, so FS equals to this guy submitted Raj, FS equals to Raj, like that it will be submitted to the backend. Okay, you have seen it in the URL. So you have to give name. I'm giving name as F name, and here also name as L name. There is another thing called placeholder. Placeholder, enter first name. Usually people don't like to give placeholder and label both. Either placeholder or label, any one is fine, but it's up to you how you will give. Enter last name. I am giving it both because I want to show you guys like how they work. Okay. Okay, now go here. See, this is how it looks like. Sir, what is the difference between placeholder and a value? What is value here? If I give value Prasad, then what will happen, sir? Automatically Prasad will be pre-filled. Value means pre-filled value for that element. If someone selected it, what is the value to be filled there already? Now go here. If I go here, already when your page loads, automatically Prasad is there. But you don't want it, so you will remove it and you will do it. You must have done this whenever you are going into any web pages. Some websites by default they will pre-fill some of your data. Okay, that is nothing but they are filling it the value. Or take the radio buttons. Radio buttons are small ones. You can't write any data in it. People will not write radio button in any data. Okay, so whenever you are clicking on it, backend it should send some data. How you will send it? Value. How you will send it? Value. Now go here. Next. Email. BR. Next. Okay, here email is also text here. Email. Email. ID. EM. Name. Email. Placeholder. Enter email. ID and far should be same. Sir, interesting point is this. What is the difference between input type equals to text and input type equals to email? People will ask you this question in interviews. Like, you can directly write type equals to text for email also, no? Yes, you can write it. But it will not check for email. You have to write a validation also. But if you write it type equals to email, if you remember, whenever I'm submitting, it will ask you, please, email should have at the rate kind of error. Okay, by default it will check. Okay, so you should use the appropriate types. Now next one, I'm using password. Password PWS PWS password password enter password.
ओहे ना, लेकिन हमारा में भैया कुछ चेंजेस ना हो हम बल्कि बिया ले पहले ही निकलत रहे
password. And then next here,
सब पे कहत रहे
next one,
हमारा
date of birth. I'm using main important one, sir. Date of birth.
दरगाह चाहे
DOB.
अब ना भैया गोर में गिनती हो खेला लगाने
DOB.
हमार बिया
Sir, in this project only I'm going to show you all the things which I know. Date.
लेकिन
DOB.
लगत ना रहे पहले के आदत रहे काला से कि समर
Date of birth. Date of birth. Place of enter.
हम शादी
Date of birth.
शादी के बाद हम खुद के ना हम निकलेंगे
You don't need any placeholder for the date, sir. Why? Because by default it's pre-filled with the dummy date. DD, MM, YYY. So you don't need placeholder. It's absolutely useless. So you can remove it. Any doubts till now, sir? For the persons who already did the project of student registration, they must have understood everything. Okay, but it's like because the long gap came, we are going into it again slowly. No worries. Okay. Yeah. Next one, sir. This time I am going to give gender. Now here I will write it. Label. Just a dummy label I am giving it. Enter gender. Not enter. Choose the gender. For gender kind of things, I'm gonna use something called radio buttons. Sir, why I use radio buttons for gender, not checkbox? Single, very good. Checkboxes will be used for multiple options and radio buttons are used for single options. So I'm going to choose here radio button. You can directly write it here. Input radio, and here I'm gonna give somewhat gender, and here ID, value, male, and here label also male. Here ID is Sir, see this, sir. Same thing I am going to do for female. Only point is when you are taking these things, you should remember name should be same. Name should be. If the names are different, then it will allow multiple options also. Because name is the one which is making it combined, either that or this. Okay. Now, if someone selected the second one female, here this is selecting F and this is female. Okay. So the next one, only I am taking it only 2 genders as consideration. Now here, next one we are going to do is skills. Can we put skill? Number, we will put something called mobile number. I will take it here, this whole thing. Mobile number, MOB, which is type equals to number, right or not? Type equals to number, MOB. And here, number. Placeholder, enter, mobile number. Next, sir. So I'm gonna use something called checkboxes. Okay. So div checkboxes, we will do something called skills. Or languages known. Simple. Okay. Now people can choose multiple, right? Languages known are. So I will give 3 languages are things basically. Input, checkbox. Sir, see how I'm doing it. See how I'm doing it. Plus label. So automatically an input checkbox and a label will come because plus means side by side they will come, right? Okay. So here name languages. Here ID, EN, and value, English. Here EN. Go here. No need of PR. So the same
लेकिन
thing.
कुछ और ना कहते रही सन तनी मैंने के मम्मी और में अपन हेल्प करत हुई तो करत हुई नहीं तो ना करत हुई बता दी कहत ना रही कुछ काम
English.
अपन
Let's repeat it for 3 times.
सन
Sir, interestingly,
अभी
here also I am keeping the same name.
मोबाइल देखत रहे
Radio buttons also same name. Here also same name. But here also then it should take only one na? No, by default checkboxes, even though they are same name, they will take it multiple.
आता लास्ट टाइम
Okay,
में पढ़े
that's
के
the main
जब
difference
एकदम
actually. Okay,
तब
English,
नाटक में ढेर भाग ले
Telugu. I'm going with these three: English, Telugu, Hindi. You can go with whatever you like it. Hindi. If someone selected Telugu one, it will be Telugu ID TE. Here for TE. And here HI. This is the thing I did. Okay. Okay. Any doubts, sir, in all of this which I created? Any doubts like which how I created anyone? Sir, how did anyone any doubts? Like how did I created the first name, last name, or how did I get Prasad there, or email, or password, or date of birth, or gender, or date of why 2 times date of birth? Okay, I think I did not change it out. Here, mobile number. Okay, no errors. Languages known. Yeah, are they selecting multiple? Yes, absolutely. One. Yes. Okay. Now next drop down. We missed 2 things. Those 2 things we will discuss it, and we'll discuss a basic validation which we are going to finish it tomorrow anyway. So complete validation we will finish it tomorrow. Now see, how do you do the drop down, sir? What is the use of drop down? Drop down can be used for single options. Drop down can also be used for multiple options. Drop down is like mixture of radio and this languages, this checkboxes both. Okay, drop downs can be used for single options. Usually we will do for single options, country selection or state selection kind of. But you can do multiple drop down selection also. We will see how multiple can be done or single can be done. Okay, let's choose, sir. Div. Sir, why you are taking it each time at div? Because each time it can be separate block. Okay, so that automatically a space will come. Okay, now you can use semantic elements also instead of div, like section or kind of things. Okay, section or article. Now here div, inside this I'm going with select tag. What is this? Select is used for drop downs. Select is used for drop down, sir. That means I am saying it indirectly, select from any of the options. Okay, now inside the select is having it like what can I write it for select? Drop down, choose the course. Let me write it some simple label here. Choose the course. Sir, here label tag does not have any meaning. If I write it paragraph tag, it will commit into the new line because paragraph is a block element. That's why I'm writing it in label. If you write it normally, any other tag also, it doesn't matter. Now here, inside the select, I'm gonna give option. Okay, first one will be the default actually. First one will be the default one. Okay, please choose. And I'm giving it. Second one, option, value will be courses now. BTech, BTech, and here option degree. Array BTech and MTech parallelly we will study. Degree option. Okay, I will choose everything. I will write it MTech, MBA, whatever. It does not matter. MTech, BED. Anyone from BED here? Seriously, I love BED. That's actually good. How many postgraduates here? Great. What you did? MCA. That's great. Option value here. MBA. MBA. Sir, we can write it inside the table, sir, by using TR and TD. Yes, sir, instead of writing it this input elements normally, if you use TR and TD for this input and label elements, they will come side by side nicely in an order. Okay, you can do that also, but I am not using it. That's it. Okay, if you use it, it will come it in a nice order. Now go here. Can you see this here? One drop down came. Now, if you open it here, the first one is please choose, because the first one I gave it as please choose. In the validations, I will show it like no one should choose this one. I will show it in validation. Okay, but here I can do it. BTech or degree, I will select it one. But one thing, sir, how many options can I select? One. Only one you can select. By default, select option will give you a chance to select only one. Only one. Now, let me go here. Let me go here. The same thing, I'm gonna write it here, PR. The same thing I'm gonna write it here, and another one. Choose the subjects. Choose the subjects. Okay. Now here, all I do is please choose. Here you will have different subjects. Maths, obviously, which we hate in our engineering. Physics, chemistry. I don't think any of the courses will have biology. Where did you study biology in the engineering, Ray? Which engineering you did? Huh? English. English. English is a subject in engineering. In first sem, right? Tell me anything good one. Tell me your subject, sir. Yeah. Okay. So engineering drawing. How many ECE are there? Give me a subject name. ECE. 4 subject name. Huh? BL. BL. BLSI. Means फुल फॉर्म बोल रहे 4 साल पढ़ा रहे तुम. अच्छा. Good. Option value. I will change it here also. Don't worry, I will come back to you only. Okay. You need to do so much. Chemistry, ED, VLSI, CSE. How many are there? Majority are CSE. Sure, seriously, give me a CSE subject, core subject. Computer networks, actually good subject. Operating systems. How many operating systems you know? Except Windows. Linux. Did you guys install Linux any one system? Good. Install Linux. Play with kernel. Okay. And you guys are feeling difficulty with the terminal only. Seriously. Once upon a time we used to have only DOS. Do you guys know? This operating system. Whole system is in black and white only. People used to do it. To open a file, they used to write a big command. Anyway, now if all I do, sir, here, I will write it here something called multiple. What I do? Multiple. Now go here. If I give multiple flag here and I go here and I check here, can you see it here? I can actually select it here more. Now pressing control, maths, physics, engineering, drawing, and I'm selecting it. See, I'm selecting multiple options. You can actually increase or decrease the size of the multiple here by using something called a size. If I decrease the size to 2, only 2 elements will be shown for particular one. Okay? Or size to 5, 5 elements will be shown at a particular time. Any doubts, sir? The same drop down which I created earlier, I created now also, but this time I gave it something called option multiple. When you are selecting multiple, press the control and select the multiple. Okay? Is it clear, ma? But sir, what if I want to segregate them? Okay, let me write it some more. Okay, I will give it 2 mechanical, 2 ECE, 2 computer kind of one, and I want to segregate them. I want people to have difference between mechanical and all. Let's show them. So mechanical, anyone? Mech subject name bolo. Fluid mechanics. Good. That guy studied really nice. Next, FM. Oh. Next, EC, triple E or ECE, bolo. ESP. DSP. Seriously? One guy is having FM, one guy is having DSP. Meanwhile, we are computer science. Let's have something called DPMS. I am also computer science one. So these are the things. Now I want, see, now the problem is this, sir. Now we can't differentiate here. If I go here, I can't see which one is which. And people don't feel comfortable when all are mixed. Imagine I have it like vehicles. All vehicles are mixed. Cars, bikes, and all mixed. I wanted cars to be separate, bikes to be separate, or some other vehicles to be separate. Then how do you do that? In one particular drop down only, there is one thing called opt group. What is that called? Opt group, which is used to group the options, which is used to group the options. Now let's go here. Let's write it here. Opt group. Value equals to common. Why it did not write it here? Opt group label. Label, you will write it. See, it shows something called common now. They all grouped. Now same way, sir, here opt group with label mech opt group label triple E, opt group, CSC. Any other branches are there here? ECE, okay, ECE and triple E, okay. Any other are there? Civil people are here. Any civil? Oh, you guys will have real estate, na? Seriously? Good. Now, software is the only field where you will have everyone. My colleague is also civil engineer. He earns more than me. That is a sad thing. Now, let's go here. Let's format. Yeah. So now, if I go here, can you see it here clearly? See the common. Now you can't select the common because it's just in a grouping one. It's just a grouping one, but you can select the subjects as it is. Now, but people will understand it separately. Now, what subject to select, what not. Okay, this is called opt group or the group of options. Okay, first thing, to select multiple, in the select tag you will give multiple attribute. Second thing, to group the options you will use something called opt group and you will give one label to make that value. Is it clear, ma? Any doubts till now? No. Now another one. Now let's go with another field which we forgot it mostly. Is called text area. View, label, enter, feedback. Text area. There is something called text area. Yes, you can use it for address, you can use it for feedbacks or reviews or some contact message. What is this text area, sir? Text area by default comes this, a big box, which you can adjust it with how many columns you want, how many rows you want. Okay, you can actually reduce its size to 5, bigger or smaller. Okay, and at the same time you can actually drag and drop here only. But you, when we learn CSS, I will show you how do you stop this. Okay, because we don't give the user this option. If you give this option, whole layout will be disturbed. Okay, we will stop it once the user started it, but you can make it up. Till now, any doubts, ma? This is for text area, sir, which is used for commonly addresses or feedbacks or kind of. Now, main important things which I'm going to do, buttons, div, buttons here, button tag. Sir, you can use button tag or input, submit, input, reset. Both are valid. Okay, I am using button tag. Input, submit or normal button type equals to submit, both are same. Button asterisk 2, so 2 buttons will come. Buttons are also inline element only. Type equals to submit. Here type equals to reset. Now here submit. You can write it whatever you like it, and I'm writing it submit and reset. No difference. Only difference is if you write it here, input type equals to button, input button. Now what is the name you want to give it for button? Imagine you want to give button name submit. Then you can't write it here because input is a self-closing one. So you have to give the value submit in this, in the opening tag only, because there is no class close tag. But button have a close tag. So you will give the value in between. That is the only difference. Except that there is no differences here. Okay, if you write it here, type equals to submit, it will become submit button. If you write it type equals to reset, it will become reset button. If you see it here, in the working wise also, these two are same. This submit and this submit. Only difference is, one you will give it in the value, whatever you want to give it text. One you will give it between close and open tags. Okay? Yeah. Can I submit the form directly? Yes. If I submit it, it is submitting it to main.py. But I don't want. I want minimum fields to be required. Fields to be required. I think you have seen this error. Sometimes when you are submitting your form, mostly government application forms, you will have it like you have to submit the required fields here where you will have asterisk in red color. To make that, you will need some kind of validations. This is the only and the first interview question you will face actually in interviews. Till now, whatever you learn it in HTML, everyone knows it. Like if they ask it in interview, anyone will tell. This is the only thing in tricky in HTML that people may ask. If they want to ask any questions in HTML, they will ask first thing, how do you do validation in HTML? How do you do validation in HTML without JavaScript? You can use some attributes. First, go to input. Before closing it, just write it here, read on, required. Just write it here, required. If I write it this, and if I go here, the value is already there. I'm removing it value. Now go here. Now see, what happened? Nothing. Now, is there anything, value is there, sir, in first name? In first name, any value is there? No. Now, if I go down, and if I try to submit, if I click on submit, please fill out this field. It won't submit until you fill out that field. Any doubt, sir? To make a field required, you will give at the end of the field something called required. What you will write? Required. Sir, to show you the difference, you know what I will do? I will give it here asterisk myself only. It won't come directly, ma. You will give it actually. Now go here, see it actually. Any doubts? Now I will write it here at the end. At the end, I will write it one note, paragraph. All asterisk fields are mandatory. Note. Okay. Sir, I want that asterisk to be somewhat in red color, sir. Give that asterisk a color. See, then give it here span. Span is for inline element. So I'm giving it here span, class name, class RG, whatever the class name you want. Now every time you put asterisk, you will give this RE class, and for RE class, I will give it here red color. Dot RE color red. You don't want background, you want that element to be red. So you will give it here something red. So automatically you will see something like this, sir. Can you see it? Any doubts, ma? Why did you use span only, not div? Because if I use div, it will come in the next line. It's a block element. Span means continuous inline element. Right or not? Are you getting clear, ma? Like slowly, are you understanding it? Like why we use this kind of things? Okay. It's a little bit, coding, ma. If you do it 2-3 projects on your own, 100% you will get it. Next, that is a required field. Okay. You used super. You don't need to use super tag. By default, asterisk will be in super tag. But if you use super tag, no worries. It will become super. Okay. Someone, if they use it super tag also, no worries. It will be absolutely good. Because automatically it will be on the top. See, like this. That's a nice idea. Okay. Any doubts, ma? Now, go here. Sir, what more? Let's go here. Email. In the email, I'm giving it here. Not email. Password, I'm giving it here. Something called min length. 8. Min length. What does that mean? Minimum length has to be 8 characters. Minimum length has to be 8 characters. Let's go here and submit it, sir. Let's go here. First name they are asking it mandatory. I'm entering something. and here password I entered it here 2 characters only. If you give empty, it will submit because there is no required there. If you give empty, it will take it. Empty is not 0 characters. That is the wrong thing in HTML actually. Okay, now here I give 2 characters. Now if I click on submit, now it is saying it. Please lengthen this text. Can you see the error? One more time I will show you. See, you are currently using only 2 characters, but it is wanting 8 characters. This is a default showing error. Once we know JavaScript, in JavaScript we will change it how to print our own validation errors. Like I want to print whenever this type of error comes, I want to show it some other thing. I want to show pop-up. I want to show below that password something. That I will do it in JavaScript. Okay, we'll do more and more validation, but it's a simple one. Okay, minimum length. Or you can do same way maximum length also. Minimum 8 characters and maximum length 10 character or 12 characters. I don't want password to be exceeding 12 also, or date of birth it can be done, or gender can be done, mobile number. Mobile number is a number na? Okay, or same thing, what if I have something called age? Okay, now I'm giving it max, min 22, max 55. You know what is this means? Minimum value to be entered is 22. If you give 21, 20, it will not take. If you give value more than 55 also, it will not take. Min and min length are not same. Min length is number of characters. Min means the actual value, minimum value. Now if I go here, sir, okay, how to set include special characters in passwords. Basically, special characters will be included. If you want to not include them and all, we will do JavaScript. Okay, in JavaScript you will do, sir. How do you set the country code? You only do drop down. Okay, you only do that. Now first name something, it is showing it some suggestions for names. How are they coming it? What might code for it, sir? Sir, see, for the people who are not understanding it, when I'm trying to enter, these things are coming it because these are the things I entered previously, and this is not something I did. This is something browser do. Browser will have the memory. Okay, autofill memory will be there. Boys all know that, right? When you are searching for something, predefined searches will come, right? Right? Those people who are laughing will know that. The remaining people who don't know, I think, learn it from the remaining guys. It will helpful. Now, okay, so go here. Let me enter here mobile number. See, this mobile number, if I entered here 20, and I'm trying to enter some name and password also, one, let me enter it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 characters, and then I'm trying it. Now here, see, value must be greater than or equals to 22. What if I entered here 98? Value must be or less than equals to 55. If you give 55 also it will take. If you give 22 also it will take. Okay, it's like 22 less than or equals to x less than or equals to 55 in a conditional format. Any doubts, ma? Did you get it? Max length, min length, and then required. Now what if I have it something value input input type equals to text, here label give me some control X, value Mr., and I'm giving it for read only. If I give something read only, sir, that cannot be changed. they give something called read only, cannot be changed. Sir, how to increase the field size? Someone is asking it. You can actually do height width using CSS, sir. For that input field, whatever you are having it, give them a class name or an ID name. Use height and width in CSS. It will increase however you like it. Okay. Now go here and okay, not this. See the code on top. Now see, sir, here Mr. is coming now. I can't edit it this Mr. See this? I can't edit it, but it is looking live. It is looking so good, but I can't edit it. Okay. That is called read only. Sometimes you need to keep an element as read only. You cannot allow them. Or sometimes you need to keep an element disabled. Read only, at least you can highlight it. Disabled, you can't even highlight it. Like for example, when you are applying at job applications in government jobs, what will happen is they will ask you, are you disabled or kind of not? When you are selecting it, yes, some fields will be automatically enabled. If you select no, some fields will be automatically disabled. Those fields you can't enter it. Okay. When it comes to read only, for example, you already give something username, password or something values. You cannot change them again. Those fields will come, but you cannot change them. Those kind of things will be called as read only, and this is called disabled. What it is called? Disabled. There is another thing called type hidden. It won't show only. Type hidden means, but still it will be there. Okay. We use these three things for three different purposes. Okay. Read only, disabled, and hidden. People will usually get confused between the users. Now next, disabled. You can enable them using some conditions in JavaScript that we will do later. Okay, based on some clicks, you can do that. Disabled this min length, max length. Yeah. Not but not least, actually, we have something called patterns, which will explain you regular expressions, which we are going to see tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to see regular expressions.